we are treating elbow injuries. Okay, so you've done the assessment and you figured out that you've got a tennis elbow. We'll go through what we're going to do for each of the problems there from those assessment videos. The most common, of course, we're going to start with here is the good old-fashioned tennis elbow. It doesn't have to be from tennis, but most of you guys are going to feel a very acute tenderness right on that lateral epicondyle. Really easy bone to find. It's superficial. It pokes out of the side of your elbow, and oftentimes you're going to palpate just below that, sort of towards the hand side. And if you touch right there, the extensor tendon, which is the group of muscles that bring your hand backward, attaches and originates right there in that lateral epicondyle. Couple things. If you have a true epicondyle, right, it's super tender there, and you've discovered that there's no tenderness in the musculature at all, and it hurts a lot to do what they call forced extension. So if I had Quinn extend his hand backward and it was very weak and hurt a lot, we can reasonably draw the conclusion we have a true lateral epicondylitis. And one of the things I'll do is I'll get into that tendon and I'll cross friction it, thereby breaking up any inflammatory reactions that are going on in there. And assuming this is an acute injury, you've only had it for a few days, or even a chronic injury, we want to try to stimulate that tendon to heal. And these things can take a long time. So this whole video here is in an effort to advance the rate that the body would self-heal. And one of the things I've found is putting a little mechanotransduction on it, a little bit of load, but also squishing out some of that inflammatory chemistry that's still residing in that tendon by using cross-friction techniques. And then you're going to take your fingertips down along that extensor group. They're long, skinny muscles that'll go down to the back side of the hand. And I will do some releases with fingers. And I'll have, Quinn, I want you to take your hand and do extension flexion, moving that muscle while I do it, trying to find some tender points where he almost can't handle the pain. And then I can do passive. So I will move extension, hold, stretch. Extension, hold, stretch. Extension, hold, stretch, and I'll work my way down the coursing of that muscle. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to also be doing some ice packing on this here. You could use one of those, tennis elbow grips to take some load off of. Say, grab a tennis ball, and in those assessment videos I covered this as a way of knowing that something's wrong. Because by squeezing a tennis ball, you'll feel pain. You can come back to that tennis ball and note that the pain is diminishing each time you squeeze that ball over the course of the time that you're treating the injury. So always have some nice outcomes on this. But lateral epicondylitis, cross friction on the lateral epicondyle, muscle releases along the extensor tendons and extensor musculature.